Okay guys, I'm going into the requests. Give us a quick second. Flick this over and pull this in. Okay. And it's down here. Now it's Don Paul stroke Snubs NZ. Don Paul. I'm pretty sure you're the Don Paul that should be out howling at the moon, son. I'm pretty sure that's who you are, because I don't recognise Snubs NZ. But if it isn't you, maybe you should still be howling at the moon because you're in here. But if it is you, hope you're doing well, kid. I genuinely do. Hope you've been well, been a while. It has, kid, it has. And you've fallen into a bad habit of ignoring price action and blindly following what indicators say. Right, we'll get onto that. Which I know isn't the best way to trade. Okay, well, if you know that, why are you doing it? Naughty boy. That's why you're howling at the moon. But you're struggling to find a middle point focus on this. For example, you see me trade an RSI that's overbought, stretch, but was able to read the market and then buy and the price move regardless. What the indicators are saying. I'm struggling to see this. Is it possible? When does this occur? And what indicators show? Excellent. Right. I know what you're driving at. Genuinely do. There are certain factors. Now, what you've got to remember is an oscillator is based on a range-bound market. So what it's looking for is basically a top and a bottom across a range. Okay. So if we look at, say, this scenario, okay, you can actually see a range in it. All right. It started in and around this area on that top and then bounced along. So if I was to draw a rectangle, get a rectangle, and then just draw it in, well, you can see there's the range. So what you would be doing at this point is you'd be looking to go to the top of the range and then look for the reversal. Now you can actually see that right here, just looking at basic indication structures. So I think what's happening is you're kind of relying on one indicator rather than multiple indicators. So let me just draw a line on this just a second. We can see at this point here, draw a couple of lines on. This point there. And then down. That this is now overbought, but the true trade at this moment in time on that hourly is still pushing up. The way that you would rely on the indicator is not looking at when it's up there. You want to rely on what the trigger is. So the trigger point for the RSI, even though you're looking at this candle here, so it's essentially broken out, you can see the top point because that's here. So that's sort of illustrated in that, but I'm going to take that away for now. That was just to kind of show you it was a flat market. The oscillator works very well, but you've got to see where the top of the range is. So the top of the range would actually be the level. So you need that. That's important. But there's two other elements to this. You can see the general direction is clearly up with the MACD. Right? So that's general direction. Excuse me, need a drink. So your general direction with the MACD. That's telling you it's going up. So it tells you otherwise that's what it's doing. This is overbought. So as far as you're concerned, this is going to sell. Right? So where's it going to sell? Well, it's going to sell at the level, which is up here. All right? So that means you've got to go through 2-3 hours of pain. All right? So if you were going to put a scalp in, you would buy into that level, even though that's overbought, because that's got the general direction. But also look at the Bollinger Band. That's showing the strength, and the strength is flaring out. Now, if you remember from what we talk about, there are 4 states to a Bollinger Band. There is the compression, the flare, the collapse, or the weakening rather, and then the collapse. Okay, at this point it is in strength. So the Bollinger Band is telling you that it's in strength. This is telling you the direction is still in that area. So up, strength to the upside, but momentum is still there, but it's running out. Where will it run out? It's at the top. It's going to run out at the level, and sure enough, it holds and then sells off. So really, you can't look to sell it till that comes back to this point here. Okay, so now that has momentum going opposite direction, and if we look straight up, well, that's still showing that it is upwards, but let's move this across. Okay, what have we got here? We'll just move these over, and this is just basic chart reading on an hour's chart. All right, so we'll move that over. So you still got strength to the upside. You know momentum's about to go the other. It shifted down, but did it go any higher? No, because everything is now telling you momentum's going the opposite way. So what you do is you put your order underneath here. So your order would be under here, and these are current charts, they're not cherry pick charts. Underneath the candle, that shows you a downward push. Well, there's a downward push, so you want to enter below this point. Now, you might be triggered in on that candle, but certainly that red one. Okay, so we'll move that across. And we come across to there. So this is your worst case scenario. So you enter here, you get tagged in. But why would you enter at this point? Well, if you pull this down, that's still showing it's up. Strength is still there, but look at this. This is starting to collapse in. So it's actually a weak point of the market. But the true entry point was probably here. And why is that? Because there. That's started to close into neutral. There is no strength to the upper side anymore, and momentum is the opposite direction. So you had from here 1, 2, 3 hours opportunity to buy up to there, but you really had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours from that point of entry to get a few pips, and it was all going up at that time. Basically what you're doing is you're looking at a combination of elements. So initially you're looking at price structure, right? So if we forget this side, you're looking here, right? Okay, you can see that it's not really trending much. It's come down, it's pushed up, and even that was sort of rangy to a degree. No real movement inside it. So okay, so we're relying on this. Pushed up as best it could, broke through these levels, which you saw here. So there's a crossing point, showing strength coming in, breaks the moving average, breaks the key level, plenty of momentum running up. So you've got plenty of momentum here. If you were late to the party, there's still momentum till it comes back into range. So there's your sort of last point of entry, and you still would have been able to buy it because the Bolly's telling you it's going up, that's telling you going up, and there's your area of attraction. Then to sell it, you have to wait for a momentum shift. Well, that didn't come in till here, which is there. You want the price to come to you, which it did. There's still strength pushing up, but it's not a great deal of strength because you can see it's closing in, and then the level's holding the price back, and eventually it succumbs to the pressure and wallop, down it comes. And then down here the process starts again. Now this time it went under, but the very next candle put it back into range, showing that momentum was shifting in the opposite direction. So again, this is here, but now look at the Bollinger Band. There's no strength telling you it's going down. So if there's no strength going down, momentum's going up, that means the market has to push up. Where will it go first? It'll go to the moving average. Found it. Once it's broke that moving average, it'll then go to the next point of attraction, which is these levels here that were pre-marked in. Stop dead on them. And what did it do? When it pushed through, bounced in onto overbought again, up here, screamed through, level held it back. There is no real strength in this at all. So it just dibbled along here. And again, it succumbed to the pressure of the market because the momentum's going that way, and then the thing collapsed back down again. Basic chart reading, kid. You're reading the conditions as much as the indicators. The indicators are just a visual representation of what the price has done prior and what feasibly it's going to do in the next hour or so. That's all an indicator can do. But your levels have radiated forward. If there's no strength, that level has a good chance to hold, so therefore you can move level to level. Hope that makes sense. Catch you all soon.